Hey guys, Sam here from Ecommerce.com, and today you're going to learn the different types of e-commerce businesses. Let's go. Here they are: dropshipping, 3PL, and shipping the products yourself. Okay, now these are all fulfillment methods. They are just ways to get your products into the hands of your customers. I'm going to go through each method right now, but something to really emphasize is that these methods don't really matter too much. At the end of the day, your customers get the product. I think a lot of new e-commerce store owners get caught up in whether to do dropshipping, print on demand, or what have you. The truth is, the fulfillment model doesn't make as much of a difference as you think it does. A dropshipping store isn't going to be more successful than a 3PL store just because it's dropshipping. Successful stores are successful because they really understand their customers, they sell a great product that's valuable to those customers, and they've found a way to profitably get those customers through their buying process. Let's look at the first one, dropshipping. This is where you list the products on your website, but then the supplier is the one that ships them to your customers. So a customer on your site places an order, you get their customer details, and you just send an email off to your supplier and they ship it directly to the customer. This is a great way to quickly test out your customers and your products without needing to purchase the inventory yourself. You also don't need to stock the products yourself because your supplier takes care of all of that. The problem here though is that you have less control over the buying experience. The supplier might mess up the order. They might keep their own labels and branding on the packaging, maybe even by accident. The customer might see that it's not being sent from where your actual company is. It's also hard to deal with returns as well. So it can be a really bad buying experience, but you can do it. Honestly, I've worked with a lot of dropshipping stores, and the ones that are successful are the ones that are much more hands-on with their products. They find a way to white label with their supplier, and they're very careful about which suppliers they use. A lot of people just start with dropshipping to start with, validate their customers and their product, and then later swap into a 3PL model or fulfill the products themselves. This gives you much more control over the shipping and unboxing experience while also increasing profit margins. It's a bit more risky than just dropshipping because you have to hold inventory, but if you've already validated your audience and your product, then it can work really well. So that brings me to our next method, 3PL. This stands for third-party logistics. This is where you buy the inventory and ship it to a warehouse where a different company takes care of managing that inventory and shipping it out to your customers. So when an order comes in for your store, that gets sent to the warehouse and they ship it out to the customer. I've worked with a lot of stores that do use this method and it can work really well, but sometimes it sucks. It's really important that you find a good 3PL company and you get references for that company to make sure that they're going to do a great job. I know a bunch of different e-commerce stores that have had to shop around with different 3PL companies because they had bad experiences for their customers. Orders were wrong, shipping was late, the customer received the wrong product, or they couldn't do any customization of the packaging or the shipping. But the advantage is you don't have to rent out your own warehouse or deal with having to manage all the employees that make the shipping and logistics work. So you can easily run your e-commerce store remotely and have someone else deal with all the logistics. This can be amazing. Just make sure you find a good company and you keep a close eye on the quality control. The worst thing that can happen is that you find out that your 3PL company is really low quality, they keep messing up orders, and you've already shipped them 5 pallets of products. This means that changing warehouses and 3PL companies is much harder to do. And the next method, is shipping the products yourself. Of course, this is where you get the products shipped from your supplier to your own house or warehouse and you ship them out to your customers yourself. A bunch of my clients do this and it allows them to really maximize the profits as well as ensure quality control of their products, shipping, unboxing experience for their customers. It also means that they can ship out orders really quickly, and it also allows them to add little notes and things inside the box so that it can add a better experience for their customers. The stores that I work with that do this, they're the ones that have the most repeat customers. But that's because they take advantage of the fact that they have more control over the product. They ship quickly and they're much more responsive to customer queries. It's also much easier for them to chase up an order that may have been lost because they can just go down to their warehouse. It also makes it much easier to customize the packaging. They can also add in thank you notes and things like that to make the customers happier. Dealing with 3PL or dropshipping can be much harder in this regard. Though, remember, this method does take a lot more management of employees and the whole process. You need to hire people to work in the warehouse and you need to deal with the shipping companies yourself. If you grow your store, you might also need to expand your warehouse to deal with the massive demand and all the employees you need. Alright guys, that's it for today. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and tell YouTube that I'm making good content for you guys. If you have any questions or feedback, leave it in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and follow along as you grow your own store. Thanks so much for watching this video guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.